Welcome back to our English Academy channel. Today's episode is about finding the courage to start a new life in New York City. Let's start.
Today is my first real day in New York City. I arrived last night with one suitcase, a backpack, and a very optimistic idea of how easy it would be to find an apartment. This morning, I'm not so sure anymore. I'm staying in a tiny Airbnb room in Brooklyn. It's basically just a bed, a small desk, and a window that looks directly at a brick wall. Outside, I can hear sirens, someone shouting, and the subway rumbling somewhere underground. New York already sounds louder than my entire hometown. I sit at the desk with my laptop and a cup of cheap instant coffee. On the screen, there are at least 10 tabs open: rental websites, Facebook groups, and New York apartment horror stories. The horror stories are probably a bad idea, but I can't stop reading them. Every ad I see looks the same: cozy studio, great location, roommate wanted, and then the price hits me like a bus. I knew New York was expensive, but seeing the numbers in front of me still hurts. I scroll past another listing with a tiny kitchen and a bathroom that looks questionable. The description says, "Perfect for a young professional who is never at home." Great, I think. So the apartment is too depressing to stay in. That's what they really mean. My plan is simple. Today, I want to visit at least 2 places. If I'm lucky, I'll at least know what I definitely don't want. The problem is, to visit them, I actually have to talk to people, on the phone, in English. I stare at my phone for a moment. My finger hovers over the number in one of the ads. It's a room in a shared apartment in Queens. The photos look not amazing, but not terrible either. The price is still high, but at least it's not insane. I feel my heart beating faster. This is stupid, I think. I've had job interviews in English. I give presentations at work. But somehow, calling a stranger about an apartment feels scarier than all of that. I take a deep breath, press call, and put the phone to my ear. For 2 seconds, nothing happens. Then I hear a click, and a man's voice answers, "Yeah, hi, this is Mike." My brain goes blank for half a second. Then I silently tell myself, "Okay, Alex, you wanted a new life in New York. It starts right now." Hi, this is Alex. I'm calling about the room in Queens you posted online.
Hey, yeah, the room's still available. What do you want to know?
Thanks. So first, is it a room in a shared apartment, or is it more like a studio?
It's a room in a 3-bedroom apartment. You'd share the place with me and one more guy.
Okay, got it. Is it close to the subway? I don't really know Queens yet.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute walk from the nearest station. You've got the E and F trains there, so it's pretty good for getting into Manhattan.
That sounds good. And how much is the rent per month? It's $1,200.
Plus utilities.
Utilities, so that's internet, electricity, gas, right?
Yeah, all that stuff. It usually comes to, I don't know, maybe 80, 90 bucks a month. Depends on the season.
Okay, that's a bit more than I expected, but still kind of okay. How big is the room?
It's not huge, but it's not a shoebox either. You can fit a bed, a desk, and a dresser, no problem.
Is it furnished, or do I need to buy everything?
There's already a bed and a small wardrobe. If you want a desk, you'll need to bring your own or get something from IKEA.
And what about the common areas? Is there a living room?
Yeah, there's a small living room and a decent kitchen. Nothing fancy, but it works.
Okay, sounds fair. Can I ask about the other roommate? What is he like?
His name's Jordan. He works in IT. Super chill, not loud, mostly in his room or at the office.
And you? What's your schedule like?
I work late sometimes in hospitality, so I'm in and out. I'm not throwing parties every night, don't worry.
Good to know. Do you guys have any house rules?
Nothing crazy. Clean up after yourself. Don't be super noisy after midnight, and let us know if you're having people over.
That sounds reasonable. I'm not a party person anyway.
Nice. That's a plus. Our old roommate loved to bring people over at 3 a.m. Not doing that again.
Yeah, I can imagine. One more question. Is the neighborhood safe?
It's Queens, not Disneyland, but it's fine. Lots of families, bodega on the corner, people walking dogs at night. I've lived here for 5 years.
Okay, that actually makes me feel better.
If you're not doing anything stupid, you'll be fine.
All right, would it be possible to come and see the place today?
Yeah, I can show it to you later. Are you free around 6?
6 works for me. I'm staying in Brooklyn right now, but I can be there.
Cool. I'll text you the exact address. Just ring apartment 3B when you're here.
Great. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. See you at 6.
See you at 6. Bye. When the call ends, I realize my hands are a little shaky. But I actually did it. I called, I asked questions, and I didn't completely freeze. Step 1 of this new life in New York thing, done. It's almost 6 when I finally get off the subway in Queens. The air feels different here, a bit quieter than in Manhattan, but still busy enough to remind me I'm in New York. I follow the map on my phone, pass a bodega, a laundromat, and a couple of kids playing basketball on the street. When I reach the building, I stop for a second and look up. It's an old brick building, not fancy, but not falling apart either. I take a breath, go inside, and find apartment 3B. I press the doorbell and hear quick footsteps on the other side.
Hey, Alex, right?
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you. Come on in, man. I step into the apartment and do a quick scan. The hallway is narrow, but it looks clean, which is already a good sign. So this is the place. It's not a palace, but it does the job. We walk into the kitchen first. It's small, but there's a real stove, a fridge, and even a tiny table by the window. We cook here sometimes, but honestly, this is New York. You'll probably live on takeout. I laugh, maybe a bit too loudly, but I'm trying to look relaxed. Then we move to the living room. There's a worn-out sofa, a TV, and a couple of plants desperately trying to survive. We usually just hang out here, watch something, nothing crazy. It actually feels kind of normal, almost cozy in a messy way, but I remind myself that I still haven't seen my potential room.
All right, this will be your room.
He opens the door and I step inside. The room is small, but there's a bed, a wardrobe, and enough space for a desk if I push things around a bit. I walk over to the window and look out. I can see another building, some fire escapes, and a bit of sky. Not exactly a movie view, but at least there's daylight.
So, what do you think?
I like that it's not a total shoebox, and the place feels okay. But 1,200 plus utilities for this still makes my stomach tighten a little. I sit down on the edge of the bed for a second. I know I need to say something, ask questions, not just nod and agree. New York is expensive, but that doesn't mean I have to take the first thing I see. Is the rent fixed for a year, or can it go up after a few months?
It's a 1-year lease. The rent stays the same for that time.
And what about the deposit?
1 month's rent is a security deposit. Standard stuff. If you don't trash the place, you get it back.
I nod slowly, doing the math in my head and feeling the numbers pile up. Okay, I like the room and the area seems fine, but I'd like to think about it for a bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, no pressure. Just let me know by tomorrow.
Thanks for showing me the place, Mike.
No problem, man. Get home safe.
I step back out onto the street, and as the door closes behind me, I feel strangely proud that I didn't just say yes immediately. I didn't find my perfect apartment today, but I asked questions, I checked the place, and I said I needed time. That already feels a little braver than yesterday. After I leave Mike's place, I stop at a small coffee shop near the subway. I'm tired. My head is full of numbers, but I don't want to go back to my tiny Airbnb yet. I open my laptop and check the listings again. One ad catches my eye. Room in Brooklyn. Quiet, clean, looking for respectful roommate. The price is similar, but the photos look brighter, and there's a short, friendly description. I take a deep breath. Yesterday, I would have saved the ad and stared at it for an hour. Tonight, I just think, okay, one more try. I type a quick message. Hi, I'm Alex. I just moved to New York. I saw your room and I'm interested. Is it still available? I press send before I can overthink it. A minute later, my phone buzzes.
Hey, Alex. I'm Emma.
Yeah, the room is still free. Do you want to come see it tonight?
My heart jumps, but this time it's more excitement than fear. Sure, I can be there in about 40 minutes. The subway ride back to Brooklyn feels different now. I know what to ask, what to look at, what feels like a red flag. I'm still nervous, but it's a practical kind of nervous, not panic. When I ring the bell, a woman in her late 20s opens the door and smiles.
You must be Alex. Come in.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for letting me come so late.
No worries. New York doesn't really sleep anyway.
Her apartment is simple but bright, with books, a few plants, and a big map of the world on the wall. It already feels more like a home than a random place to sleep.
So the room is down the hall. Let me show you.
I follow her and step inside the room. It's not big, but there's a bed, a desk, and a window with actual sunlight. I turn back to her, and for once, I don't wait for her to speak first. Before anything, I'd like to ask a few things, if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
What are the house rules like? I mean, guests, noise, cleaning?
Good question. I work early, so I like it quiet on weeknights. Friends can visit, but no loud parties. We clean the common areas once a week. We can make a schedule.
That actually sounds perfect. I'm not a party person, and I'm okay with regular cleaning. And about money, is the rent fixed for a year? How do we handle utilities and the deposit?
Rent is fixed for 12 months. Utilities we split 50-50, and the deposit is 1 month's rent. If you move out and everything's fine, you get it back.
I nod, and this time the numbers don't scare me as much. I realize I'm not just trying to be liked, I'm checking if this works for me too.
What about you? What's your schedule like? Are you working from home?
I'll be in the office most days, maybe a bit of remote work. I'm quiet, I cook simple stuff, and I really respect other people's space.
Sounds like we're on the same page. Honestly, if you feel good about this, I'd be happy to have you as a roommate.
I feel a small wave of panic try to rise, but this time I don't let it win. I look around the room one more time, then back at Emma. Okay, I like the place and I like the rules. If you're sure, I'd like to take the room.
Great. We can do the paperwork tomorrow and you can move in this week.
Thank you. Really. When I say it, I feel something relax inside me. Later that night, back in my tiny Airbnb, I put my suitcase by the door. Tomorrow, I'll move it into my first real room in New York City. I'm still scared, of course I am, but now I know that I can ask questions, say what I need, and make my own decisions. Yesterday, calling a stranger felt impossible. Today, I found a roommate and chose my own place. Maybe that's what courage looks like here. Not being fearless, but moving in anyway.
Thank you for listening to this story with Alex in New York today. He started the day scared to make a phone call and ended it signing for his first real room in the city.
Along the way, he asked clear questions, talked about money and house rules, and said, "I need to think about it," when something didn't feel right. That's exactly the kind of everyday courage you need when you use English in real life.
If you want to get more from this episode, you can listen again and shadow the dialogues. Pause after Alex or the other characters, repeat their lines out loud, and focus on natural rhythm and intonation.
You can also write down 5 to 10 useful phrases from this story. For example, how to ask about rent, deposit, or rules with a roommate. Then, try to imagine your own situation and change the details so the phrases really become yours.
Remember, confidence in English doesn't appear in one day. It grows every time you open your mouth, ask a question, or say what you really need, just like Alex did.
If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to check out our other stories and lessons here on the channel. Stay with us, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.